Hey everyone, Kenny Wisdom here for On the Bubble, welcoming you to another card of the day on PKMNcards.com. Let's see what we get. Vanillite from Noble Victories number 27. For a water energy, it does Icicle Barbs. Flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 10 plus 10 more damage. 50 HP basic, 2 times weak to steel, or metal type, excuse me. No resistance, 1 retreat cost. Let's check out the flavor text. This Pokemon formed from icicles bathed in energy from the morning sun. It sleeps buried in snow. Yeah, that's one of the things about the whole Vanillix line. I've been told this, and I do not quote me on this, but I've been told that the Vanillix is actually, or the Vanillite, the Pokemon is actually the ice thing you see here, and then this is just snow or something along those lines about how it's not actually ice cream and it's kind of one of those Wobbuffet type things where like it's the Pokemon is actually not what it appears to be, but I'm not sure. Check. Let me know in the comments if that's true. I remember reading that somewhere. Um, Card was never really playable. Although I will say a funny story about Vanillix is we were playing. Let's see, a few years ago. Let me see if I can find this card. At regionals, we played this Vanillix, the Noble Victories one. Does double freeze, as you can see on your screen. Flip 2 coins. This attack does 40 damage times the number of heads. If either of them is heads, the defending Pokemon is now paralyzed. So you can flip 2 coins. If you get 1 head, you do 40 and paralyzed. We would what you would do is you would play Mew Prime, which let you see off this card. So you search your deck and you put in the Lost Zone, and then Mew could use those attacks. And then you played Vileplume, which made it so that they couldn't um, so that they couldn't play trainer cards in their hand. So if they got paralyzed, they couldn't switch out of it. And then you played Unpheasant. Let me look up Unpheasant for you. And what Unpheasant did, it was the older one. This one. Flip a coin. If tails, attack does nothing. If heads, prevent all effects of attacks, including damage done to this Pokemon during your opponent's next turn. So what you would do is you would spend the first turn or two seeing off a Vanillix, see off an Unpheasant. And then from there, and oh, sorry, you played also Victini. The Victini that let you reflip coins. That's very important to the combo. Let's see, let's find the Victory Star. Not this printing, but it was this one. Basically, once during your turn, after you flip any coins for an attack, you may ignore all effects of those coin flips and begin flipping those coins again. So basically, if you got double tails on the Vanillix attack, you could just reflip them. And so what you would do is you would spend the first few turns getting everything set up, see off the Vanillix, and then see off the Unpheasant, and then you would double freeze, and you would just keep double freezing until the opponent was about to get knocked out, and then you would fly. So you would go, double freeze, 1 heads, 2 heads. Oh, look, you're about to get knocked out. I'll fly. You're knocked out. You're no longer paralyzed. I'm going to take a prize. You can go ahead and, you get to promote your Pokemon, do whatever you want, but you couldn't be damaged by their attacks. Your Mew had the fly effect, assuming you got heads. So it kind of, basically, depending on your coin flips, just made it a hard lock. You couldn't, your opponent just couldn't actually do anything. Particularly, one of the cool things was back then is that a lot of the Pokemon math worked out so where you couldn't really accidentally knock it out. I know, for instance, Terrakion and Terrakion, Cobalion, Terrakion and the Dragons at least. I'm not sure about Cobalion and Virizion. Both had HP to where you could freeze for 50, or sorry, double freeze for 80, and then hit fly and knock it out perfectly. But unless you went, you got double freeze 80 and then 80, you couldn't accidentally knock it out. You could even double freeze, get 2 heads, and then get 1 head, and it would still be not knocked out and paralyzed. You could fly the next turn. So deck was definitely not perfect. I think myself, Tyler Namora, Michael Chin, and Zane Nelson played it. And I think Michael made the top 8. He beat me in the last round playing for top 8, and maybe Tyler did too. But we all did okay. We all earned championship points, and Ian Whiten played it in seniors and got 2nd or 3rd, somewhere good. So obviously not the most consistent deck, but it was a lot of fun, and we legitimately played it and thought it was a good tournament deck. In the comments, let me know what the silliest or most non-traditional deck you've ever played in a tournament is. My name is Kenny Wisdom. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.